I can build a spaceship. You're not gonna say no?
Build away, whatever your name is.
Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming. I am the majestic Snare. This is my disembodied voice talking at you, being extremely excited. This is my excited voice. It might sound very calming and dulcet tones, but I am very, very excited, and it might get a bit more animated as we go on, to be fair. So I come to you today with an obvious video from the Friday dev stream last week, where they showed a lot about Empyrean, the upcoming update in which you get to fly around in a big fucking spaceship. Now, as general updates go, the kind of new systems that they employ, the new mechanics they put in is one thing, but I think if this lands correctly, excuse the pun about landing spacecraft and stuff, but if this lands correctly, it could be a fantastic achievement. And it could be what I've been waiting for. I don't know about you guys, but what I've been waiting for since I saw it at that first TennoCon reveal, where everyone literally, when I was watching it with my friend, we were chatting on Discord, watching the TennoCon kind of announcements and dev stream, if you like, and we both just went, oh my god, this is going to be incredible. Are they doing what? So coming from that to this, where it's so tantalisingly close to actually being released, it feels like it's only a mere days and weeks away at most before we can get our hands on this railjack that's kind of gathering virtual dust in my dry dock. It's very dry, it's very dusty, and I want it to be different. I want it to be active, and we can go off and do some missions. So what kind of things did we go through in the dev stream? I won't go through the whole dev stream because it was like nearly 2 hours, which I watched all of it, to be fair, even waiting for them to fucking start. What we saw in the actual dev stream was a kind of a rundown of what we were doing in terms of resources, components, the equivalent mods, which I believe are called avionics, and how it all kind of fits together, how it works, how you'll be leveling up your ship, and also how you'll be leveling up yourself to be a kind of part of the crew and become more useful with certain buffs, etc. the more you level up. How that's going to fit in together, I don't know, but the whole idea of min-maxing your railjack, or what kind of crew you need, what kind of warframes work better. There's so many elements. There's almost like an Apex Legends ping type system where you can ask people to do certain roles in games without needing voice chat, so that's actually really, really good. But you can also, depending on the warframes, you can use your abilities tactically. If you get somebody boarding your ship, I think, or whatever's going on, you can use those in a certain area and sort of call it down, and boom, it's done. So there'll be elements of, elements of working with warframes, working with the mods and the avionics, working with the resources, and there's also crafting the actual munitions and supplies to make your mission successful. So all of this putting together actually makes me feel very excited, and the hype train has officially left the station. I mean, right now, people are, seeing kind of any small piece of information that they can grab hold of and making a theory out of when's it going to land, what's it going to be like, what's going to be involved. Now, one of the big sort of, detrimental kind of announcements they did on Friday was talking about how this is going to be a co-op kind of experience at the forefront for the first release of Empyrean, not quite catering to the solo players. Now, let's be honest, Warframe is kind of generally played in a co-op kind of way, whether it be a random squad or your friends or whatever, but there are people that like to play it solo for that kind of extra level of difficulty perhaps, and they are saying that it's going to be very difficult for you to do that on the high level missions rather than having friends and whatever, which drives me to think that playing with randoms could be difficult, because let's be honest, nobody likes being told what to do unless they're in a kind of a trusted group and people can get into their roles. But to be honest, I think playing with randoms is going to be difficult. It's going to be player number 2, please go and put out that fire. Excuse me, player 1, why don't you go and fuck yourself? kind of paraphrasing, but that's how it's probably going to go down. So I'm a bit worried about that element. The resource costs that we did get a little glimpse of are quite high, but there was a comment to say that that's going to be kind of looked at, balanced, and tried to work out what the best levels are going to be. And there was a couple of debug moments while they were playing the actual demo, but to be honest, it looked pretty finished. I mean, there wasn't much that you could actually point at apart from seeing a big box of debug information pop up to say this isn't very good, this isn't working that well. There was a few lighting issues, but on the whole, it played pretty well. It was, I'm stuttering over my words because I'm trying to think of any other problems they had, but I don't think they did have any. So it looks fairly finished. Now we do have Rebecca doing an announcement, or coming up for an announcement this Friday, while she's presenting an award at the Game Awards. So is it going to be Empyrean? Do you think it's going to be as simple as that? I mean, normally they like to throw a little bit of a fake something down one side and blindside you and then give you the goods on the other side, from DE's perspective anyway. So maybe it is going to be Empyrean. Maybe it's going to be a complete flipperoo of the new war not coming out this Christmas despite being kind of promised. Or do you think it's going to be, here's Empyrean, this is the first part of the new war, because that's supposed to be an actual war? Are we going to see something that is actually an actual war, the start of the new cinematic story arc rather than quest? Is it going to be something that's a persistent thing going on in the environment? Do we know anything about it? Do we fuck? Apart from a few trailers here and there, and obviously the lore up to date. So I'm hoping it's a little Christmas present from DE. That would be fantastic if they do that. And to be honest, Fridays would be a great day to launch Empyrean, because over the weekend it would be the kind of thing that people only touch and take all that time away from other games because people will just be playing in their Railjack. Now, it does cost 6 million credits and 3 days to actually build the fucking Railjack, so I don't know how many people have actually built it so far. That would have been a good stat to have, just to know how many people are involved there. And the old question of the gameplay on how people are either going to be using other people's Railjacks as opposed to trying to use their own Railjack. Is it going to be a split? Is it going to work that well? Are you going to share the rewards? Lots of questions. We'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens. But as it stands right now, I am so excited for Railjack coming, and from what I saw on that dev stream, it's done nothing but galvanise my support for Empyrean, providing it works okay, providing the servers don't get hacked and taken down because everyone's trying to get on. We've had a couple of DDoSes in the past, but I'm hoping that it will be available on Friday. But I'm calling it. It's going to happen. And if I'm wrong, I'll just delete this video. But that's my speculation. I think Empyrean is coming on Friday. I can't see it being anything else. And if it is something else, then it might be a good thing. But I'm really hoping it is Empyrean and not some other kind of, we've got a new Kuvelich system now, we've updated this, or we're bringing back something we used to have and we don't have anymore and we're going to bring it. I just can't see it being anything else. Everyone's eyes is on Empyrean, and it will be fantastic. It will be fan-fucking-tastic. Now, of course, I'll do a review of the system after I've actually had a go with it to give you a fair view. But this is my speculation. It is coming this weekend. If it's not, I'll be so disappointed. I really will. But a couple of other points that were actually kind of good to hear from Steve, talking about how the progression system is going to be more reliable and less based on luck. So kind of think of like relic farming and stuff like that. So hopefully the progression system will be suitable for the amount of time you put into the game, but not let you use it up in one weekend. The customization of the ship, the crew coming onto the ship, there's lots of ideas they've got in those spaces, but that's not going to be day one. Certainly the idea of having a full Kuvelich crew is quite cool if you're going to do it like either as a solo player or even just having them milling about. I know they were talking about factions, that you could use the faction people inside your Railjack. as the kind of the general I don't know, crew, I suppose we would call them. But on the whole, I'm just excited, guys. I can't help but contain it. I can't contain how I feel about this update. It's going to be fantastic. So let me know down in the comments what you think about the upcoming Empyrean update and what we saw on last Friday. I've had some of it playing behind me, or it might be in front of me. You never know. Maybe my face is behind the footage. Maybe. But let me know what you think about what you see and what you think about the update. Don't forget we have videos out every Wednesday and Saturday, and in addition to that, liking, subscribing and sharing, all the good stuff helps us out a great deal. So if this is your first time to one of the Overbite videos, welcome. We do good stuff, so stick around. Sometimes it's just me talking, sometimes it's my co-host, but I'm better, so let me know that down in the comments too. Ego time! Anyway guys, thanks for watching, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Okay, love you, bye bye. Empyrean.